Yeah, hello, Simon. Okay, so let's start our analysis. We will let me just start with GJ. I'm just opening my MT4 because I don't want to miss any opportunity if something. So we are seeing some sort of move in GJ. In gold also it is reject. US 30 also rejecting from some area. Is there just chip forex factory? Today is 3rd June. There is some news at around 7:30 p.m. Investing news, so clearly cautious at around this area. Otherwise, we have a moderate impact news at around 6 p.m. In GJ, we are at an area of rejection, I would say. So right now, market is completely inside some sort of range. I'm looking at every pair. Yep. When you mark the levels, so you know that where you are in the market. In the higher time frame picture, and it is very important to know where you are in the higher time frame picture. See, if I mark this 4 hour candle, so it means that I know that where my 4 hour, like where I am heading. It gives you a clue that it gives you a bird eye view, I would say, where market is heading. Because major market moves happens whenever a 4 hour or 1 hour candle breaks. A 5 minute, 1 minute candle does not give you a big 5 minute break or 1 minute break does will not give you a big move. A 1 hour or a 4 hour break give you a big move. And when these things happen simultaneously, then there is a high chance that we get some good move. And where we like to look out our entries. Can say that market is in some sort of range. If you look at gold, so we are in this sort of range. Okay. Here we are having a range. The market tried to break this range, but again fall into the range and again came down to the lower part portion of the range. Then went up, again breaks the try to break the range, but again it's showing move which is again going inside the range. So in this type of price action, see what happened. Many people would like to take an entry somewhere at around this area when they would have get this sort of move. Okay, but the problem is that we know that we are having a 4 hour candle which is just above this candle, so we don't want to take any sort of trade, because that would be against the trend. If you look at last 3 4 hour candles, then these all candles are some sort of black candles. And if you look at the major trend. So it is also some sort of bearish. If you try, if you want to take a trade, so let it be go with the trends. It rejected from this area only. If the market breaks this zone, okay, so we have some sort of move till this area. We have some clear traffic till this area. So the market breaks this low. So we will be looking for any trade till this area. Even 30 is trying to give some nice move, but again, at this point of time, the bigger trend is towards the down. If you look at the bigger picture, so the trend is towards the downside. In 4 hour, the trend is also to the down. Okay. I'm saying the trend is down in the 4 hour also because see, let's suppose we are having it is important to know. See, this is a leg. Okay. So market will change the trend when it breaks this high. When it will break this high, then we will consider that now the market has changed to the upside. Right now we are in some sort of substructure. So we are in the substructure. There is a chance that it may touch this area and fall from this area also. Okay. Right now we cannot say anything. We will be just waiting to get the clear picture. No, because right now the market is little tricky. So until unless you get a clear picture, don't try to take any entry. And we don't need a lot of entries. We just need one or two good entry. Just one or two good entry. That's it. And we always get our one or two good entries. Like yesterday also, when I was doing the pseudo trading, I got some of our perfect entries. Before waiting for that entry, I had already taken my two losses. So today I have thought that I will not take any low probability entry or average entry. I would be with because just one entry, one or two good entry. That's it. If you get third entry, then also that is fine. But uh, like if you get that third entry, which is also a high probability trade, then it's okay. You may take it. Otherwise, there is no need to take a lot of entries. Because our expectation is not like making a 20% in a week. Our expectation is very realistic, which is around 3 to 5% in a week, which is not a very unrealistic sort of expectation. Let's suppose let's suppose like the months does not go well. So at least I want to make at least 10%. at least 8 in between 8 to 12%. Let's suppose the market does not goes in my favor, so I expect only 8 to 12%. Let's suppose sometimes the market is with me and I'm making some good percentage. So I my expectation will be somewhere at around 20 to 25%. This is my expectation, which is not very unreasonable. This is a realistic sort of expectation. In poor months, you may expect somewhere around 8 to 12%. In good months, you may expect somewhere around 20 to 25%. Because if you are actively sitting in front of a screen for 3 hours and you are not able to make even like a 0.5% in a day average, then that's not good thing. Yep, 8 to 12% is enough. And it is very realistic, it is not something which you cannot achieve. If you will risk 1%, you will easily achieve this much amount. And also the thing is, if you want to get that 8% or 12% or 10-20%, your drawdown must not be very big. That thing also we have to keep this thing. Your drawdown must not be very big drawdown. And you know what I have observed, that intraday traders usually don't go in a very big drawdown because there's this lot they just take in and out, some wins, some losses, but overall they manage to get some profits at the end of the day or at the end of the week or at the end of the month also. That's okay thing. See, if you in your mind your expectation is very clear, in your mind your expectation is very clear, so it becomes very easy for you to keep continuing your, like, let's suppose you take some losses also, then also it will become very easy for you to cope up with those losses. Your expectation is very clear in your mind. But let's suppose you have not clear expectation. So what will happen, like if you will take a loss, so it will start giving you negative thoughts because your expectation is not clear. Like in our schools, they always say that keep your goals clear, what you want to achieve in life. Then only you will be able to get that thing. Your goal must be clear. Just give me a second. What are you preferring? Like in what term? What term are you asking about my preference? I would see if you ask for me about my preference selecting the instrument. So you know why I selected these instruments, because in these instruments you get big moves. Okay, if you look at the volatility in these instruments, you will get highest volatility in this sort of instrument. In GJ, in US 30, in gold, we see the lots of volatile moves, lots of momentum. If you get when you get a move in gold, or when you get, yep, definitely. Like I'm noticing certain behaviors. If you ask from me about gold, so gold is something like, if it wants to continue its move to the upside, it will retrace to the at the mid of the 15-minute candle. See, at the mid, it will retrace all the way down at the mid. So this is one of the behavior which I noticed from in gold. In US 30, what I see sometimes, like if you don't have a clean break, so you will see that these sort of things happen. It will give you a one candle move to the upside. It will give move a one candle move to the downside. This sort of things happens in US 30. I have not made any notes about the pair characteristics, because I have not spent a lot of time. In 2 3 months, you will not be able to recognize a very distinct behavior of any pair and or any indices. Time, subconsciously you are getting a lot of information, and right now these all information are in a cluster form. But with time, when you give a lot of time to the chart, let's suppose, like I am doing this live stream and I continue doing this live stream for next 1 year. So what will happen that right now all the information of these four instruments are in cluster form. But with time, my mind will be able to segregate those information. And this is the reason why I'm not increasing my risk, because see, I'm taking just 0.2%. You know, and why I'm not increasing the risk, because see, the strategy is in very, like, uh, early stage. I've not done a lot of back testing, because this is, in 15, when you include 2 or 3 time frames, and you go lower time frames, then it becomes difficult to do the back testing. So, and it is very, like, you may do some sort of back testing for 1 month or 2 months. That's enough, because the psychological part aspect is also very important, and that psychological aspect will only be tested on live market with real money. It doesn't matter that how much that real money is. It may be one. like $1 or $10, it doesn't matter. But whenever you put real money, then only you will be able to know the psychological aspect of that strategy. Backtesting, after sometimes you will be able to like know the strategy, but the uh, psychological aspect you will only be able to clear about in the live market only. See, I could take an entry at around this area, at around this area. Okay, stop loss would be somewhere around this area. But why I did not take the entry? Because I was like, you know, I was just wanted to take some high probability trades only, not any random trades like this. Look at gold. Well, daily we need just two good trades, one or two good trades, and we are good to go. Well, let's suppose my expectation is 3 to 5% in a week. Okay, if this is my expectation, so if I get 1% in a day, then also that's fine. If I get 1%, then that is also fine. If I get 2%, that is enough. If I get 3%, then that's a jackpot. See why I did not take a sell trade. See, for this was a candle which breaks the previous 4 hour candle, and the chances was very high that it may continue its move to the upside. It came down. That's the other thing. But we play on probability. But as what is the probability according to the technical analysis? So according to the technical analysis, the probability was very high that it may continue its move to the upside. But it did not acted according to our technical analysis. So that's why I did not wanted to place an order around this area. AJ is looking quite good. Already skipped. Let's wait for a second. Yeah, nice. I've just placed an I've just placed. Check whether I have placed the correct stop loss or not, because okay, it's fine. So I have taken my first entry, so let's see how it works. There is a high chance that it reached in this area. Let's look at other pairs. Gold is still moving its gold is still to the upside. No, AJ looks good to sell below. I sorry, I took a lot of time. I did not read your chats. So I use a PC's script. It is some sort of I don't know what is it. It is some sort of a coded language. You may get that sort of thing on internet. You can find a position size calculator and watch one or two videos how to use that position size calculator, and you'll be able to understand how to use that PC's script. is not good. This is not good. That just tagged me out. Second one loss. I will be looking for another entry if I will get a good entry. For some sort of pseudo breakout. Okay, I placed an order because it broke 1 hour candle and there was some sort of zone also. Look at 15-minute candle. So we had some sort of zone at around this area. Okay. 5 minute when I saw this candle breaks the zone. So I wanted to take an entry and exit was somewhere at around this area. Okay, like Manix, I will try it out. After this stream, I will definitely look at it once. So there was no problem in this trade. The trade was quite okay. We were having a downtrend. Okay, the market has already broken the previous daily low and came down. Tried to continue its move to the upside, but it again just I would say it is just pick out trade. It just caught us. Now, as I have taken one loss, so my next trade will be definitely a high probability trade. But this trade was also good. There was no problem in that trade. But like when you get a fake out, so you get loss. That's clear. AJ just caught us on pause breakout. Park hour, 1 hour and 4 hour candles. Got gold. Now it's giving us an opportunity to be in the market. Gold. I'm about to place an entry in gold. This is my sort of entry. AJ is playing with us. Yesterday also it did the same sort of thing. See, in sometimes what I was seeing, when you see this sort of breakout, you know, it breaks and closes above your entry area. So what happens if I will be waiting for a 15-minute bullish candle to close above my zone? So what was happening? It was already too much late to take an entry. So that's why I decided to, like, if a 5-minute candles gives me nice clean breakout, I would like to be in the trade. So that is the reason why I also take an entry at around this area, because this candle was a nice candle which breaks the 1 hour candle and just give me a nice close. So that's why I decided to take an entry in AJ also. On 5 minute it just breaks and give us a nice close. Yeah. But the problem what I did in AJ, I just placed the stop loss. I should have placed my stop loss uh, somewhere at around previous candle high or at the body. You know, that would be my nice area of placing my stop loss. Okay, and once this candle forms, I could minimize it at around this area. Otherwise, this trade was okay. On basis of 5 minutes, it was not a very bad trade. Well, if you wait for the entire 15-minute candle to close and then you would like to take an entry. So what was happening? It was it took a lot of time. The market already just gave us a big. It hit our take profit hey in trading view, but in MT4 it is still just did not give me our my take profit just by spread. Yeah, you can say that it may affect my win rate a little, but the risk reward thing increases in that sort of condition. Let's suppose I would be waiting in this candle to take my entry somewhere at around this area, somewhere at around this area. This is my stop loss near to take profit to be somewhere at around this area. Comes a little late, so that's why I decided to. It does happen. Like in 5 minutes, you are right that it's a like a weak confirmation. But again, if you get that sort of confirmation in these sort of areas, so it becomes a little accurate. Take an entry in US 30. Showing rejection from this 4 hour candle and this 1 hour candle. It, first candle just went up, then this candle just break the high of this candle. This is some sort of break, retest, and then continuation sort of trade. It's a quite clean trade. Gold is about to hit our take profit. Just again went up and just trying to hit the take profit, but spread it's not. Just a small push. Okay. This 5 minute candle has closed, so now there is a high chance that it will go and give us our take profit. Let's just hit our take profit, made around $63. Here by slippage, it gave us $6 loss just by slippage. Sometimes, see what happens if you always try to get a confirmation entry. So sometimes what happens if the market's far away, like the trade which happened at around this area. If I would be waiting for this candle to close, so I've already reached at an area where I should be booking my take profit. Let's suppose I take an entry at around this area on 15-minute candle. Let's suppose, see this is the area where I should be looking for my exit. And if I would be waiting for this entire candle close above this candle, then it becomes quite late. So that is why sometimes we have to take a risk. AJ also, I was willing to like the same thing was, but it was a pseudo break. So we cannot do anything in this sort of condition. But okay, that's fine. That is the trading. We always no matter how accurate your analysis is, but sometimes If the market is willing to give you a loss, it will give you a loss. Cannot do anything. And most of the time, what happens, like if the market is moving from your stop loss just by touching it, so most of the times there is a high chance that it will give you your take profit. There is a very high chance that it will definitely give you your take profit. But sometimes what happens, like when your luck is not with you, so in those circumstances, it will just miss your take profit just by some pips, not by some pips, just by some piplets, and it will come down and give you your give you the loss. So this sort of things also happens, and it has happened with us also. No problem. Like let's say, Parmeshwar, if you want to take a confirmation entry, then there is no issue. Uh, Then there is no issue. You may wait for like one more candle. That would be, your winners will definitely like your win rate will definitely increase. US 30 is not showing any sort of momentum. But we will wait. We will wait because in US 30 our win rate is quite good with US 30. So we will give some time to it. In 3 minutes, a 7 p.m. candle trend. Is not no There is no problem because the news also there is some news also that there is also not a problem because we are in a some sort of uptrend, and here market is taking its support from a 4 hour candle. It's a nice break, came down nicely, just went up and taking some nice support. Then this is some sort of this is good trade for me, I would say. This is just 7 p.m. IST candle. So at that time, it forms this sort of volatile candle. It will give you some wicks at the bottom. It will give you some wicks at the top. This sort of things happens in even when they when a 7 p.m. IST candle is about to open. You will get a wick at the bottom. You will get a wick at the top, and then it will continue its move. Where it wants to go. There's nothing to worry about. VJ is still in some sort of range. VJ also is in range. Gold is making new higher highs. Just increase the take profit of US 30. Because there is a very high chance that it will break this zone. That's why I have just increased the profit of US 30 a little. So just came all the way down just by forming some wicks. But uh, you see these sort of candles at around 7 p.m. Akash must have exited from this entry. I think this US 30 entry. Yeah, we'll be looking for an entry if this candle gives us a nice break. Any candle has been weak. Yeah. Once the like you see this sort these two candles, it has started forming a move to the upside, showing some rejection from these areas. We look at these areas, so it has formed some sort of rejection from this area. Now the candle has started its move to the upside. Okay, this candle came down to grab some liquidity, and now there is a chance that it will continue its move to the upside. There is a high chance that it will continue its move to the okay. US 30 has just break, break this high. I have I have made, just wanted to in this trade for some more. I made $95. I wanted to be in this trade for some more time, but okay, that's fine. I exited somewhere at around this area. Sometimes, like you have to believe in your analysis. Here in US 30, I had a belief that that I will that it is taking resistance from 1 hour and 4 hour, and the day and in daily candle in daily time frame, it's also showing a bounce from an area. And the last 3 days, that in the last 3 days, the 2 days were in some sort of bullish. So that is why I decided to wait in this trade, because I knew that if it will go to this area, so there is a high chance that it will at least touch this area before continuing its move to the downside. Exit my trade somewhere around this area, some sort of 1:1. Expectation was to touch at least this zone, so that's why I decided to place my entry at around, like I just increased my take profit a little. Let's suppose I take an entry at around this area in gold after losing. So how much I would be making? I would be making now very less. That is why, and it is also a risky trade because our zone is somewhere around this area. So that is why sometimes it becomes very important to take an entry at around. Here I was a little fearful, because and that is why I place my stop loss somewhere at around this area. Because, but in our actual stop loss should be at around this area only. So I would have made somewhere at around 0.8 from this trade, but my previous stop losses hit because of a smaller stop loss. Like in this trade also almost gave our take profit. And because of the stop loss, it just came down and hit our it just went up and hit our take stop loss. So that's why in gold I just decided not to do that mistake again, because yesterday also in AJ trade it just take our stop loss just by pip and then give us our take profit. See, this was a AJ trade which yesterday AJ trade. It just hit like this. Sorry, just hit our stop loss like this and then went up and gave us our take profit somewhere around this area. Okay. So just by pip, it just hit our stop loss. So that's why in gold I decided to place my stop loss in the at least in the mid below the mid of this previous candle. Just give me a moment, please. Sorry, I just muted my mic. So what happens like 50-minute candles will take a lot of time before giving you your take profit. So that's why it becomes important to take trades at the right place also. But when the market is trending, then it becomes difficult. So if the market is trending, then definitely with every in every trade you will hit your take profit in every trade. But if the market is not trending, then it will become difficult. Just give me a minute. Gold has taken some stuff. Sometimes I don't feel comfortable on my chair. I have to take a new chair. This is the thing I wanted to see. Would like to take an entry. Really very cautious in this trade because now I am seeing some sort of big wick at this area. This is not good. When we see this sort of wicks at these areas, so these are not good. But again, the momentum, the break, everything is with us. So I would like to be in the trade. Just check our exit area. You can sit it somewhere around this area. The strength with which it is coming down, uh, I am expecting that the market will definitely reach somewhere around this area minimum. Hello, Kapil. Well, let it move aside. Just wait. Here we are having this sort of rejection. So we'll be very careful. If I will see any sort of big, strong rejection, I will definitely close the trade. Close the trade because don't want to caught in this sort of retracement. So let's suppose this candle closes somewhere around this area. Okay, so I will be placing my entry somewhere around this area. Plus will be somewhere around this area. So that would be all. I will be missing some of my percentage, and also it will become very difficult for me if let's suppose the market comes down to give me my take profit. Then also it will become if the market is trending, then that's okay. But because when we started this our live stream, there that time the market was very trending. If you look at the daily time frames, we started somewhere around this area. We saw all these moves. We saw these downfall. Okay, so market you can see the market was very trending. Then this came. Here we started seeing some sort of loss, then profit loss, and this sort of all these sort of things. So when we started seeing this sort of thing, then I realized that when I will when I was waiting for so long to wait for a 15-minute candle to close, then I take the trade. Then it was becoming too difficult for me to get. I'm not saying I wanted to take 1:2 or 1:1.5 or any every trade 1:1. No, but I wanted a decent RR also, so that not a decent one, but a surviving one, so that I can survive any happening. So AJ is taking some resistance, say facing some resistance from this area. This is the area from where it has retraced earlier. See the strong area. US 30 showing some sort of nice move. Yeah, one candle which is this, another candle. Want to take a trade in US 30. just placed a pending order. So AJ is interesting because of this resistance, because of the daily resistance which is falling at around this area. By today's history. I've just removed my US 30 pending order. But I will be keeping an eye on US 30. If I will get a nice opportunity, I will definitely want to be in the trade. AG is getting very tricky, believe me. See, my one part of my mind is saying that stay in the trade, okay, because it has given a nice range at this area. Okay, here it formed a nice range, and now it gave us a break, and then it went up, and it may that this could be a fake up and just go up, and there may be a chance that it breaks. It is an actual break, and this goes up just to retest this area, and then it may continue its move to the down. So right now, I have to take a decision whether I want to be in the trade or I should remove it. Let's wait for this candle to close. Okay. If this candle closes bearish, then there is a very high chance that it will continue its move to the downside. Very high chance. If it again goes up and closes somewhere at around this area, so it will become difficult to again for it to uh, up and closes. So we will be in this trade for some time. Let's wait for see. If it closes like this, then there is very high chance that it will come down and give you your take profit. Very high chance. If it retraces and closes somewhere at around this area, or giving us a large, so then that is not okay. Because you can see that how much time it take to just break this zone. So there is a very high chance that it may break this area and will continue its move to the downside also. Okay, now it's good. This is the thing which I wanted to see. Just wait for this 15-minute to close. Then we will reduce the stop loss. Base 30 has given us a very nice rejection from 1 hour and 4 hour also. So let me check the 5 minute candles. Perfect, perfect candles. The daily. Daily is not looking. I just want for this candle to come down and close somewhere around this area. That would be a very nice. If this candle comes down and closes somewhere around this area. Second. Okay, let's minimize our let's decrease our risk from AJ. So now we have only 0.5% this trade. We have minimized our risk in AJ. Once it breaks this low and closes somewhere around this area, any candle like 5 minute, 15 minute, any candle, then there is a very high chance that uh, we proceed its move to the down. Let's suppose this candle comes down and closes somewhere around this area only. it has a clear traffic, there is a very high chance that it will reach till this area also. It keep aside, I was looking for an entry in US 30. No, just showing retracement. Which is doing some dance. At US 30. It is taking more time than usual. I just want to exit from this trade at around 50 then. So it is taking a lot of time. It's taking more time than usual. I am exiting at around break even from exit. So again, coming down. Okay, let's wait for this. Let's wait 3 minutes, 3 more minutes. Then I will be deciding what to do this trade. This trade. It comes down and closes somewhere around this area, so it will reach to this area. Otherwise, it's taking much more time than usual and not showing any sort of continuation. The downside swing, it's taking support from this area. See, after, after reducing risk, you have to look closely what's the price action is doing. Price action is not giving me a good clue that it will continue its move to the downside. It's not giving me a nice clue. Look at the five. No, I'm just closing this trade. Just close this trade at around break even. I look for a buy and in, in AJ despite of selling. Stop loss at around this area. Take profit is at around this area. I've just placed an entry in AJ because there was a very strong resistance at this area, and I saw that it was showing some rejection, strong rejection from this area. And when I saw this 5 minute candle to close bullish, so I was like, okay, that's showing some rejection, so I may take some benefit of that momentum. This would be my last trade for the day. So this is some sort of unconventional trade. I took this trade because there was a very strong resistance at around this area, and these all three candles were showing me that it is showing some rejection from here. So that's why I took this entry. So here at around this area, stop loss is well below this area. Take profit is at around this area. The chances just to hit the take profit is very high. No, it's not tricky. It's not tricky. It is good. See what it did. It just takes support from this area only. Okay, we had a daily support. You can see that we had a very strong support at this area. So it just take the support from this area only, and then from here it started showing some sort of rejection. Not showing any trick. It is just a time frame playing out. If this white candle closes like very bullish, this so what I'm saying, if this 15-minute candle closes very bullish, so I will increase my take profit till this area. But there is a high chance that it will continue its move to the upside. If this bullish candle closes like this, let's suppose this bullish candle closes somewhere at around this area. So there is a very high chance that it will continue its move further to the upside. Let's suppose this bullish candle closes like this. So there is a high chance that it may continue its move to the upside. So wait 3 minutes. Every day trading is not that much easy that every day you will make lots of money. Sometimes you have to be patient. Sometimes it is you have to just wait. I just wait for the entire day. I know in my entire day I see lots of entries, but I don't take any of that entry. I just wait for my time, and once I get my time, I do take trade. I did take this trade because there was a very strong resistance at this area, very strong resistance. And if these candles came down sharply and break those resistance, then I would definitely not take a trade. But what I was seeing rejection, 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 and this candle was confirming that rejection. So that's why I placed this entry. Okay, this is the reason why I placed this entry. Because I saw lots of rejection from a very strong resistance area. EJ is still in some sort of range. It's trying to continue move to the down. This is not good. EJ just came down and closes somewhere around this area. This is see what this conductor is. AJ is making, AJ is doing a very fast moves. I don't know whether it's something something like any news or what, but it's making a fast moves like to the down, then to the up, then to the down. AJ is pretty silent. It's not giving us any sort of random moves. It's just silent. No upside, no downside, not any move in any direction. Just silent. He is doing lot of dance. I don't know is there any happening in age because the moves are pretty much very volatile. Like it's going up, coming down, going up, coming down very fast. I don't see this sort of move in age. Hearing some showing some sort of the range at around this resistance area because in the resistance areas we see some sort of range because buyers wants to push the market down and sellers want to push the market up. So that's why in these sort of areas we generally see this sort of range because buyers and sellers both wanted to move the market in their respective direction. That is the reason why we see this sort of range at these areas. But the chance to win is to that uh, if let's say the buyers has earlier went buyer has already earlier in this match, so there is a chance that again the buyer will win at around this area. Again, it's taking much more time. So today I think it's my fourth or fifth entry. Fifth, it's my fifth entry. I have taken four entries, one break even, two wins, one loss, and this is my entry. It's still running, going to break even, then again coming to loss, then again going to break even. It's doing this sort of thing. Let's see. But it's taking more time than usual. At 8:30, I had to close my all trades. Just I will be exiting my trade at around break even in this entry. Next time when it will go up, I will be exiting my trade. I don't want to be in this trade anymore. There is a high chance that it will continue its move to the upside. There is a very high chance, believe me. Very high chance that it will continue its move to the upside. But again, uh, is about 8:30 is about to happen, and I generally don't want to trade after 8:30. I just want to close my entire position after 8:30. This trade has very good potential to go. Now the trade is trying to continue its move to the upside. Let's wait some time. I have waited quite a lot for this trade. Because in these four pairs, we get some nice momentum. In these four pairs, we do get some nice momentum every day. That's why I use to trade in these pairs. As a trade is like I know that it will go up. There is a very high chance that it will continue its move to the upside. There is a very high chance, but again, uh, my timing is not allowing me. Like it's already 8:33. Timing is not allowing me to be in this trade anymore. You know, my inner gut feeling is telling me to just wait for a little. Wait for a little. It will just take a one shot and it will give you a big profit. Every time it just go up, it's just one shot. It will just give you a take profit. I know. Very high chance that it will give me my take profit in just one go. Just taking some. Okay, let it be. I'm just closing this trade at around the. I have decided this time. I will not increase my take profit. I will be just closing it around this time, at around this area only. Have just given us. It has just take out take me out at around break even. Have just made a $1 from this trade. Now this is the candle which I wanted to see. No problem. Because it's already at 35. I don't want to be in any trade at this sort of time. I took two, three trades. Yes, today I lost one trade. which was in a GJ only, and that trade was also a good trade. So I took this trade at around this area, and believe me, it was, see, it just went up, take my stop loss, and then just came down to giving my take profit. See, could have placed my stop loss somewhere at around this area. Now look at it again. There is a high chance that it will go reach this area. As I have exited, I made only some $47 today, but that's fine. Look, there's a very high chance that it will continue move to the side after giving this sort of candle, this bullish candle. Now it has already moved far from this. It has rejected already from this range, so now there is a chance that it will continue to move to the upside. But that's okay. I don't want to be in the trade. Bye bye. Happy trading.